I hope everybody's doing well. I'm excited to see some friendly face names on the attendee list today. So hi, everybody. Great to see you again. I'm Emily King. I'm the founder and CEO of Prospector. And we're really excited to show you today how you can use Prospector to work on investor relations. And Jess Scanlon, our head of new media, is going to show you the ways that you can use the platform to do that. Investor relations is really important in our industry, in the mining industry. It's important to be communicating to investors and shareholders what's going on. And it's also really important to be able to monitor what your peers or maybe competitors are also doing in the space. So we're going to take you through the different ways you can do that using Prospector, and we're a little easier, more user-friendly, and hopefully more fun and accurate to use than some of the other tools that are out there. With that, I'm going to hand it over to Jess to start the webinar demonstration, and I'm going to put my email as well in the Q&A box or in the chat box. And as you have questions, please drop that in the Q&A box. And as Jess is going through, if she sees things in real time, she can certainly answer it, or we'll both tag team at the end of the demonstration to answer any questions you have. All right. With that, Jess, over to you.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay? Let me just make sure I'm not muted here.
Yep, you sound great.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you all so much for joining us. We are so excited to show you all how you can use Prospector in investor relations to make your lives a whole heck of a lot easier. So what we like about Prospector is that it is a web-based platform. All you have to do is go to prospectorportal.com. And that's going to show you our homepage. And you're going to see like the nugget on the rocks. Those are great. If you're not subscribed, I highly recommend doing that. But it being a web-based platform, there's no software to download. You can access it from any computer, anytime, anywhere. And that's really handy. In fact, you don't even need a computer. You can actually access it from your mobile phone through our free mobile app or on your tablet. But I'm going to show you guys the web-based platform today. So all you're going to do is click sign in. If this is your first time trying Prospector, you're going to go ahead and click this free trial button. So you sign into Prospector, and that's going to take you to our web platform. Prospector is an interactive database. I'm not sure how familiar you all are with CDAR, but interactive is not its highest point. So Prospector allows you to browse projects, companies, and reports, all with the touch of a button. We have over 10,000 projects in our database currently, and we are growing. So that number is always going up. So I'm going to show you a little bit about Prospector, just the basics, and then I'm going to go into specific IR portions here. So like I said, Prospector is an interactive database. And what that means is you can browse through our dynamic map here. All of these little Prospector icons are projects. One of the high points here is that it is a searchable database. So you can search directly by project name if you have something particular in mind, or you can search through companies. You can search by different exchanges, by different regions or countries, minerals, mineral estimate levels, last update on projects. I'm going to go ahead and click all here. You can see that we have 10,000 projects, and by project stage. So of course, the mineral estimate levels and the project stages all can affect investing. So you can find the project that fits your criteria, which is really, really handy. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and search North America. And you can either scroll this list, or you can type if you know exactly what you're looking for. And let's check out production and construction. So that shows 108 projects in North America, gold projects that are in the production or construction phase. And again, all of these little icons here are all different projects. This map is dynamic, so as you scroll, you can see more icons show up here. And if you click one, it'll take you directly to that project page on Prospector. Now, Prospector uses publicly disclosed information. So if you have a company or a project on the TSX, TSXV, or ASX exchanges, we probably have that information in here. So this is all publicly disclosed. It's all free. What we're doing is we're taking that information and pulling it into our interactive database to make it easier for people to find. So this is, for example, this is just an example. We're not promoting any companies or projects or anything on here. We're just using these as examples. But this is a Detour Lake operation. You can see that the project has a quick summary, as well as the little bit of information up here. If we scroll down, we again have a dynamic map. This is really handy if you want to scroll in to see what towns or anything, infrastructure is nearby, as well as out to kind of get a better view of the general area. We have our ownership over here. This one, for example, is 100% owned. But if you have a JV, it'll tell you ownership through bars here. And we also have that listed here. Prospector also allows you to browse the technical reports. So if we click the view report here, it's going to take us directly to that technical report. My internet's a little slow today. There we go. So you can read all 367 pages of that technical report if you want. I'm not a huge fan of that personally. I like the geology sections just because I'm a geologist. So you can take that directly to that section. Of course, you can also use Control F and search. So let's just search gold. That's probably going to bring up a lot of matches there. So you can also use, 2,000 matches of gold there. So you can also use that to search, which is really handy. Prospector has also taken the time to pull out document tables and figures. And by clicking these images, it'll take you up to that section of the technical report. The new Prospector Analyst also has life of mine calculations pulled, or life of mine information pulled from these technical reports from the PEA stage and above. And you can actually interact with these calculations for the project. So if you are not certain about this $17.98 price for gold here, you want something a little bit more conservative, you can actually manipulate this. And that'll take you to show you how the different price affects this NPV, which is really nice. You're not hand calculating or throwing it into Excel to make that happen. We also have this nice waterfall chart here to kind of show you how that works. If you like this, you can save it, such as gold, NPV. And that's going to save that. You can also print this for, if you want to take it out and take it with you, which is really, really handy. If you're liking what you're seeing about a project, you can follow it. So you can see I'm already following this one under Canadian Gold Projects. And you can make notes about it. So let's just say gold. This also allows you to add tags. Where does this information go? It goes right into the My Prospector tab. So you can see I have companies listed here, as well as projects. There we go. So I have a lot of projects. If you're looking for those lists, that's in the list section here, as well as our saved NPVs. So Prospector is really handy. Again, once we go back into, we can search for a specific project to go back into our Detour Lake here. And we can also learn more about companies. And this is where a lot of people tend to go here. All right. Now, company pages on Prospector. Again, if you are a publicly traded company, you probably have a page on Prospector if you're publicly traded on the TSX, TSXV, or ASX. We already pull that information in automatically. So all of this information is already available on the platform. So for example, again, this is just an example. This is Agnico Eagle. It'll tell you a bit of a summary about the project, some basic information here. So as if we scroll down, another dynamic map of the projects. And same thing, if you click these Prospector icons, it's going to tell you a little bit about the projects. Again, these are all clickable, so you can go directly into a project from here. Scrolling down, we also have a list of projects. And you can view all projects, but there's like 60 of them, so I'm not going to click that button. And again, these are all interactive. You can click the list from here. Scrolling down a bit, we also have this basic stock information and news. And then again, in Prospector Analyst, we have the resources and reserves for the project, production data, and more. In our Prospector Research membership, we also have the board members and executives here. Now, this is really handy because you can check out more information about who is running this company. For example, we have Amar here as the CEO and director and president, and we can click this View More button to learn more about where he's been, what he's doing. You can see he's been with Agnico Eagle for a long time. Before that, Barrick. Before that, Agnico Eagle again. So that's really handy if you want to know more in depth about the company. So this is a basic company page. This is what is already on Prospector. What Prospector is now offering is an enhanced company page. Scroll over here. There we go. So again, this is just another example of our enhanced company page. So it looks similar kind of to start off with, but it has really powerful parts to it. So again, we have the summary and a little bit of basic information, the dynamic map, and the list of projects. Over here on the left-hand side, we have interactive social buttons. So if your company is putting the time and effort into social media, we want to make that known on our enhanced company pages. So with one click, it'll take you directly to your page on social media. People don't have to search through your website to find those little buttons at the bottom or in the contact us page. None of that. It just takes you directly to that page. All right. And again, we'll just show this one since we're already showing all of them. Boom. Easy to find, quick to use. That's the whole goal of Prospector, is easy to find information. We are making the mining industry more transparent and accessible to everyone. Scrolling down a bit more, again, this all looks a little similar, but where the power of the enhanced pages comes in is in this section here. In one spot, again, easy to find, you can find corporate presentations and reports, video media, and even incorporate your verified presentations. Now, none of this is new media, right? So your company is paying a bunch of money to make those technical reports easily digestible by the general public, right? For investors. Nobody wants to read 360 pages of a technical report. So you're taking the time to make those presentations, that news, easily digestible for everyone. Why not put it on a platform where you can find it easily rather than search through the whole site? So again, these are just corporate presentations here. You're spending the time and money to do it. So you can just throw that right on here and have it all in one easy to find place. Video presentations also integrate seamlessly, taking you directly to the video. Ooh, there we go, pause that. And then one of my favorite things is the Verify virtual tours. Now, these take a lot of time, take a lot of money. You want to get them out as much as possible, right? Prospector allows you to do that and share that in an easy way. And you can browse around just like you would on your website, except for you're not searching around your website for it. Again, scrolling down a little bit more, we have the resources and reserves as well as the board members. So these are really handy things to use. Prospector has a bunch of different people on it. We have non-traditional investors that are users. We have family offices, high net worth individuals, leading EV manufacturers, and more. Prospector is also being used for many conferences by people. Because of our handy mobile app, you can take the power of Prospector with you on the go. And in fact, I'd just like to switch over to our mobile app here. So let me take a quick pause. Emily, do we have any questions or anything?
Not yet, Jenny. Everybody feel free to send them in as Jess continues.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just going to take me one quick second here to switch.
And as Jess is pulling that up, just want to make the point that she is referencing with the mobile app, that actually everything you do in the web or, kind of desktop or laptop version of the app goes over to your mobile app seamlessly. So you don't have to go into the mobile app and create your follow list and everything. If you prefer to do that at your desk, where you can do more of a deep dive into what you're paying attention to, it'll automatically show up on your mobile app. And you can find that in both the Apple Store and the Google App Store.
Awesome. Thanks so much for mentioning all that, Emily. Well, I was struggling here. Can you see my phone okay here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Sweet. So again, Prospector is a super easy mobile app. It tells you all the same information like Emily had mentioned, again, with projects, companies, and more. Like she said, our My Prospector tab heads right over so you can see this gold note that we just made. We can also adjust this in real time, like Canada, just for basic information there. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So yeah, you can take the power of Prospector with you on the go. If you're at a conference or even, I like to visit with my friends about mining. Maybe that makes me a nerd. I don't know. But if we're talking about a project, we can search it up right here. Detour Lake. There we go. Just to continue on with our example. Again, we have our map here showing where it's at. Our summary, a little bit more about the company, location, recent news, and more. Again, everything is clickable. It's easy to navigate. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the company, the projects, etc. So again, Prospector is just making information about the mining industry easily accessible to everyone. And so with that, if you're interested in perhaps getting a company page, all you have to do is, let me share my screen again here, back and forth. Prospector portal. So you can contact us to get a company page or to learn more about it. You can also request a demo. Again, to start your free trial, see here, you can schedule a demo on our front page. To start your free trial, if you're interested in starting a free trial, it's a 2-week trial. You can just start it right here. You don't even have to put in a credit card, which is really nice. So it's not just going to auto charge you. I don't know about you guys, but I hate it when that happens. We'll send you an email when your free trial is about up. And if you want to know more or have questions about how to use it, we're more than happy to help you with that. So again, we put our emails in the chat there, and I'm going to stop here for a moment and see if there's any questions. All right.
Would anybody like to see us search for anything or show anything additional off on the platform? While I know we're talking IR here, we're happy to highlight anything else if you'd like while we're on.
Yeah, if you'd like to see what your company looks like, perhaps. Again, all of this is publicly disclosed information. It is already on the platform.
All right. Well, please feel free to reach out to either Jess or myself as well. We put our emails in the chat. Oh, I've got a Q&A. Troy asked, can you show some of the reports? So maybe Jess pull up the 43 again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's see. Let me go back. I think I have one open here in my million tabs. Again, so this is just an example of the report. This is for Detour Lake, and I don't need it that big, so I'm going to zoom out. So our PDF reader is really handy. So you can just run it like a normal PDF, except for we've taken the time to pull out those sections. So again, I like geology. That's just me. If you're looking for more IR type stuff, perhaps this ESG and permitting section might be something you want to highlight. And if you're interested in looking at particular tables and reports, like I had said earlier, these are all clickable. So I click it and it takes me right to that table in the report. So you don't have to scroll, you're not searching, just really, really handy. And if you don't know what a 43101 is, the Nugget recently released a nice breakdown. So I'll just go to the Nugget at Prospector portal here. And it's this article right here. So if you're interested in learning more about a 43101, definitely check that out. In Australia, there's a similar report. It's called a JORC. And Emily, I don't know, joint or
Oh man, I don't remember honestly what the Australian 43101. Yeah,
exactly. It's the Australian. So yeah, so we're pulling all of the information from those publicly disclosed documents. Is there anything in particular you wanted to see in the report here?
Could you show real quick, Jess, for Troy, how you can use the little magnifying glass also to do a word search inside of that PDF?
Yeah.
That'd be helpful if you're looking for a specific technical term or maybe a metallurgy or something specific.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this little magnifying glass is the search. And if you hover over that, it's going to tell you that. You can also use Control F on your keyboard, which is what I did earlier, which is probably why you didn't see it. So yeah, you can search for a particular term or like Emily said, let's search. Oh man, I'm testing my, does that look right? Testing my spelling there. Must be right. And then all you do is press enter, and that's going to take you through that. You can press these little arrows or continue pressing enter to navigate through the mention of that word in the reports. Do any of the reports provide Excel tables for further analysis? So the reports are just the reports, but if you're interested in learning more, let's go back into Detour Lake here. Loading. Okay. So like I said, Prospector has taken the time through Prospector Analyst to go through and pull information out of these reports to make it easily accessible to you. So I'm going to just quickly highlight this life of mine here. So this has all of the life of mine data for that project. And again, if you go into this calculator, this allows you to manipulate this data. So we have this little dial guy and then a waterfall chart to show you the exact costs and inputs here. And this is the basic case. However, if you're wanting to manipulate, again, if you want a gold price of a little bit more conservative, and you want to manipulate that data, you can put that right in here. You can see gold, life of mine production, and the price here. And that dial moves from 0% to minus 56.18%, but you can still see it's a pretty okay project because the NPV is still positive, right? So that's very important. And again, we have the waterfall chart here. It's not just gold price that you can manipulate, though. You can manipulate the mine life. Say we only have a 10-year mine life. What's going to happen with that? Ooh, that's going to go way up. Royalties, if taxes go crazy, let's do a 50% tax rate just for fun. So we can easily manipulate all this. And again, with Prospector Analyst, you can save that NPV. So let's just go crazy taxes. That's what we're going to call this one. Or you can also print this and take it with you for easy access there. So it's going to show you all of your assumptions. So that's really handy. We also, with Prospector Analyst, scroll down again. We pull out the resources and reserves back to 2016 so far. So you can see this is the gold resources and reserves. We have it broken down and inferred, measured and indicated, proven and probable. If you click the show charts button, it's going to tell you a little bit more about the project. And we also have this for companies as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But it's going to show you the project in comparison to its peers, so compared to other gold projects. And you can see these are logarithmic charts down here. And then if we scroll down, you can see how the resources and reserves have grown over time. So you can see we had a little up here and down. And then we got up here where resources and reserves were probably converted. And you can see they're doing a pretty good job about replenishing their reserves because this line is pretty flat. So we have a lot of information. We have production information by quarters and annuals. This is the annual. We pull a lot of information out of these charts and we make it easily accessible to you. Each data point in here, or each data point up here. I'll explain both.
The cloud graph with all the little individual points there.
So if you hover over these, let me hover over one here. So this is the comparison to its peers, right? So we can see this yellow one here is the operation that we're looking at. So this is a project that we're in. And then all of these little blue dots tell you about the project's peers, so other gold projects. So by hovering over it, it tells you that the inferred resource here is 12 million tons at 1.73 grams per ton. This one is for measured and indicated. So you can see we have measured and indicated reserves here in our gold here. And then this one is proven improbable. So by hovering over these just for a quick second, it's going to bring up a tooltip that's going to tell you a little bit more. So if you're looking and you're like, wow, I'm down here, but I want to see what this project is here, you can hover it and it's going to tell you that about that project.
And let me see, I just see that Maurice is saying he doesn't see sections 4 and 5 in his current Prospector. Maurice, if I were to guess, you probably have a Prospector research license. So if you shoot me a note or drop your email in there, I'll make sure we can get you a free trial of Analyst so you can see what the expanded Analyst looks like with that additional information in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I see Troy has a per year per life of mine. So this is for the 2021. So if we change, let's just go back to 2016, which I'm not sure if we had for this project. There we go. So you can see that the charts change per year. So it's really handy.
And I would just offer that, some of this stuff is really was built for geologists to use, right, in doing research and understanding competitive projects. But it's also really helpful from an IR team perspective because you can do a lot of comparisons against your peers or your competitors, and you can really start to understand how potential investors might be looking at your project or your company as compared against that peer group. So it's really important to kind of be armed with that information and be prepared and be able to address any questions or concerns that come up. And that's really one of the reasons why you want access to all of this information, even if you're doing IR. Not just a company page. And it's why we package that company page with a Prospector subscription so that you can see not just what your company looks like and how, investor subscribers would be seeing your company or research subscribers, but also what are your peers looking like and doing and making sure you're prepared for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it can also help, again, IR people, you all know how much time you spend making presentations and stuff. The printability of these PDFs make it really easy for handouts. You can incorporate them into your presentations. So all that information, again, you're not searching through your own technical reports for that, right? Or if you are, you can just click the table and pull that directly. So it makes your job faster and easier.
And I know, Jess, somebody asked about downloading data to Excel. I did want to highlight that if you use the filters from the main page and maybe just look for gold projects in Mexico, if you do a search that gives you a list. What you'll see when you get to all of those, it looks like in the last year in production, we've got we have 39 projects in production stage, gold projects in Mexico. Jess, if you could just highlight the little boxes on the left.
Absolutely.
Because you can select multiple projects and then export them to CSV. If you do want to use the project data on your computer, maybe use it in Excel or PDF format. So you can add it to your follow list and track everything in Prospector and put your notes in there and tags and stuff. But you can also export it so that you can have it on your computer. So everything that we build, we make sure that you're not stuck inside a Prospector using it because we know the real goal of the information is to get it in your hands so you can go and use it in meetings and stuff.
Absolutely. So let me pull this up here. So you can either select all of these projects if you want all 40 of these projects to look at, or you, like Emily had said, you can add to the list, which goes into the My Prospector tab, which you just saw me doing. And you can also add tags. So add these to the Mexico tag. Oh, I don't have one of those yet. No problem. We can create that and save. All right. So I just clicked these ones, exported to CSV. This is going to pop open. And it'll bring up all of those projects. Oh, my Excel is expired. It'll bring up all of those projects for you to easily look at in Excel. So that's really, really handy for sure. Awesome. Any other questions, comments, inputs? All right. We do have a post-webinar survey. So if you guys have a quick minute or two to answer that, that would be really helpful. And again, you can easily contact us through prospectorportal.com. If you have any questions, want to check out a demo, want to set up a company page, we're more than happy to do that. Yeah. So, Emily, any last things?
No, just I guess I put my email address again in the chat. So any of you, please feel free to follow up with me or Jess. And if there's anything you'd like to see in a free trial, we can get you set up. You'll have access to all of Prospector Analyst during your trial. And if you're interested in the company page for either your company or maybe you're an IR professional and you have clients, we can certainly do a deeper dive. So look forward to talking to you soon. And thanks, Jess.
Yeah, thanks so much. And thanks everybody for joining us. I'll stick around for another minute or two if you have any last minute questions. But other than that, have a great rest of your day.